This is a brand new channel, and the goal or objective of this channel is just all things Bible talk. So, what I'm going to do, or my goal or aim, is to bring a chapter out of the Bible. Today's chapter is going to be Exodus 20, and just talk through it. Read it, talk through it, and then allow everybody to be in a collaborative space, to leave opinions, alternative perspectives. Make sure you're respectful, though, in reference to what was read and discussed. So going back to what we're reading today, it'll be Exodus 20. Now we got two versions up. On the left-hand side, we got the scriptures, 2009. And on the right side, we have the New King James Version. I'm a fan of both of them, and you'll probably hear me reading a little bit out of each one. So bear with me. All right, so Elohim spoke all these words, saying, I'm Yahweh your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods or mighty ones before me. And that's the first commandment. And as we set the scene, the children of Israel are being led out of Egypt by Moshe, also known as Moses. And so the Most High is establishing rules or guidelines for the children of Israel. And let's be clear, the children of Israel is Jacob's children. So Jacob used to be known as Jacob, but after wrestling with the angel, everybody who knows that story out of the Bible, his name was changed to Israel. And he had 12 children, which are known as the 12 tribes of Israel. But maybe we'll say that for another conversation. Don't want to get too sidetracked on the 12 tribes. All right, the second commandment. So that's commandment number one. Let's move on to the second. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Do not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh your Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me. Now, that's a strong word. Strong. We think of hate as a strong word, but if we look at hate, it is to strongly dislike something. And I don't think a lot of us could imagine really hating Yah or even uttering those words, but we do. We do hate Yah in our hearts. And sometimes we hate Yah subconsciously. We don't even know, but it could be something in this book, these 66 books in the Bible, that you despise, a certain way about Yah that you really despise or you don't like. And so that hate of Yah is there without you even knowing it. Now let's keep moving on though. But showing mercy to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandment. So we see we have mercy toward those who love Yah and keep his commandments. You shall not take the name of Yahweh your Elohim in vain, for Yah will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of Yahweh your Elohim. In it you shall do no work, you, your son, daughter, your male servant, female servant, cattle, or your stranger who's in your gate. So simply put, anybody who is a part of your household is a part of that, male servant, female servants, animals. And when we talk about the Sabbath day, let us look at our calendars. The week starts on Sunday. Sunday is first day. The Sabbath, which is Saturday, is the seventh day. For in 6 days Yah made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and he rested on the Sabbath day. Therefore Yah blessed the Sabbath day, and he hallowed it, or we could say set it apart. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you. Now, what does it mean to honor? It means to respect. You shall not murder, commit adultery. Now, let's stay on adultery for a second. So what is adultery? Man, A lot of different definitions, perspectives, ideologies go into this word adultery, but adultery is defined by the woman. So now I'll give you an example. A woman who is married or covered by a man, if another man lies down with that woman, it is adultery. That man who lie down with that married or covered woman, it is adultery for him. That is the definition. Do not steal. You should not bear false witness against your neighbor. You should not covet your neighbor's house, his wife, his male servant, female servant, his ox, his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor. So basically put, do not covet anything in your neighbor's house. Covet, you may strongly have a jealousy, a dislike, a feeling of entitlement that you should have the same things. And if you're being honest about it, the wrong type of coveting or more severe coveting could lead to possibly murdering, committing adultery, stealing, or bear false witness, lying against that neighbor. All right, so let's pick it up at verse 18. Now all the people witnessed the thunderings, the lightning flashes, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled, and they stood afar off. They said to Moses, you speak with us, and we will hear, but let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. So they then made Moses a middleman. They then told Moses, you get in front, you talk to Yah, and you give us the message, because we just really not trying to be in this space. And so that makes me think about this time we're in today. I won't say everyone. Everyone is a strong word, but I'll say I've heard it oftentimes. People say that God is speaking to them. But in the book, we see that for God to speak with you is a very, now I won't say terrible thing, but it's accompanied with fear. It's not something that the children of Israel, Jacob's kids, were necessarily happy or thrilled about, but it's just made so light today. Like, God just speaks and has me feeling joyous. So I just wanted to call that out because we're speaking right now factually what the book has. When the children of Israel was living, or when Yah was among the children of Israel, they were terrified of Yah. They were terrified of his signs, and they were terrified of him speaking to them. That's what the book says. So Moses said to the people, do not fear, for Elohim has come to test you, and that his fear may be before you, so that you may not sin. And even after Moses got in there and was like, don't worry, don't fear, they still said, now we're going to go ahead and back off. But Moses drew near the thick darkness where Elohim was. Verse 22. Then Yah said to Moshe, say this to the children of Israel. Now, again, these are Jacob's kids. Let us remember, Israel, the children of Israel didn't even have a home at that time. They were in Egypt. Egypt had become their home, and they were slaves in Egypt. So when we say children of Israel, it wasn't a physical location that we were talking about, because, again, they didn't have a home. The goal of Moses was to lead them to the promised land, the land that Yah promised them. So when we're talking about Israel, we're talking about Jacob's children. You have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make anything to be with me, mighty ones of silver or mighty ones of gold. You shall not make for yourselves. An altar of earth you shall make for me, and you shall sacrifice on it burnt offerings, peace offerings, sheep and oxen. So I want to have a little bit of dialogue in terms of the idols. Y'all told the children of Israel, you seen me talk to you from heaven. You don't need to make gold idols, silver idols. You don't need to make something to try to remember me or to set me up as an idol, because we as a people, we get carried away with that, statues, idols, and everything else. So it makes sense why Yah said this to the children of Israel. Now we also see that there was a sacrificial system in place, because Yah is saying that you shall sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. Now, if Yah is gonna live among a people, they have to be a holy people. And we know that at this time there was a requirement of offerings for sin. So we're thankful that Yah sent Yeshua to be the final sacrifice of that sacrificial system. But maybe we'll say that for another day. In every place where I record my name, I will come to you and I will bless you. And if you make me an altar of stone, do not build it of hewn stone. For if you use your tool on it, you have profaned it. Nor shall you go about steps to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed on it. All right, so that concludes our reading, Exodus 20. Again, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Go ahead and like the videos. If you think that this channel is a good fit for you, go ahead and subscribe and lock in. Again, keep it respectful. If you have an alternative perspective, let me know. If you want to add color or more context to the reading, feel free to do so.